Hello, hello, hello. This is DJ, the host of the WWE Daily Review Show, and I hope you all had a great Sunday, great day, great Payback. Enjoyed that if you did. If you didn't, not everyone enjoyed it. So I just want to apologize for everything. I haven't been posting videos. I recently recorded a video, but I decided I'm gonna do this today. I haven't really been doing a good job with keeping up with Raw, SmackDown, and all those. So what I'm going to be doing from here on, before I do the review of Payback, is I'm going to actually be making sure from here on out, on Mondays after pay-per-views, on Tuesdays after Raw, Thursdays after NXT, and Fridays after SmackDown, I will be posting videos. Reviews. I will be doing old pay-per-views when I get the chance. I'm not going to be going with what I said I was originally going to do, because that's a little too much work for me, especially with work and everything. So I'm going to be doing the best I can. I'm going to try my best at least once a week to get an old pay-per-view up. If not, it just means I'm a little busier than I want to be. So with that being said, I do want to apologize for not keeping up with everything. But anyways, let's get to the review. So Payback was actually really good, in my opinion, better than WrestleMania, but this is a new year, so we're not talking about WrestleMania 33 or 32. We are talking about Payback 2016 with some great matches, in all honesty. Actually, I don't think any of the matches were horrible. Well, some ended in ways that shouldn't have been done. Like, for instance, there were two pre-shows this time. Two pre-show matches. There was Dolph Ziggler versus Baron Corbin, which I'm not sure when they announced that was going to be a pre-show match, but it didn't surprise me that much. And what bugs me a little bit is the fact that, though I like Ziggler, they make Baron Corbin every week, every single show, look dominant. And he's dominated Dolph Ziggler left and right. And he dominates the match pretty much. And because he's acting cocky in the match, like, oh, I got this, starts picking up Ziggler by the hair. Ziggler does a roll-up pin and wins. And I'm just like, you see, that's a weakness of WWE. They pull that kind of stuff, and, well, it can be entertaining at times. This was not one of those moments. It was more like, So, overall, I'd say it was an okay match. It could have been better, but it could have been worse. Now, surprisingly, I thought this would be a better pre-show match than Ryback versus Kalisto for the United States Championship, but Ryback and Kalisto was actually good. And not great or fantastic, but actually good. Really good. They both put on a lot of effort, and though I'm not the biggest fan of Ryback, I gotta give credit to when it's due. He put on a good show. He did a lot of great things, especially going to the top rope and actually picking up Kalisto and tossing him off of himself. But Kalisto had a lot of moves where it was like he was dodging left and right. He was doing amazing moves. I think there was a mistake where if you saw Kalisto was going off the top turnbuckle, and he started doing his flip outside of the ring, but it looked like he did a misstep or something, because his head almost hit the outside of the ring, which could have been really bad. But luckily he was able to come back from it and fix his mistake to where it looked like that was the entire plan. I think that was a mistake, but I could be wrong. But otherwise, Kalisto winning the match definitely makes me happy, because I still believe when you have a champion, we need an entertaining champion. And though Ryback can be entertaining at times, I don't think he needs to be champion right now. Kalisto is a perfect United States champion, or maybe someday in the future Intercontinental, but Intercontinental is sitting with The Miz. So, yeah. So after this, we go to our main show. And it starts off with the New Day coming out and talking about the entire their entire thing about the winner of this match is going to take us on and stuff like that. Well, then we get Enzo and Cass come out. The Vaudevillains, I'm trying to think of their names, Simon and Aiden? Wow, this is pathetic. I should know it by now. But anyways, this actually looks like a fun match because this is supposed to be the new era. As in, this is the fourth, as far as I'm concerned, this is the fourth generation of superstars that are coming in. All the ones from NXT. And it starts off really good where Enzo and Cass are doing a really good job. Aiden and Simon are doing a good job. There's a lot of fast-paced action going on. But I can't really say much because I'm not sure which one. A lot of people say Simon, but I'm not sure. I think WWE said Simon. Some people said Aiden, though, so I'm not entirely sure. But one of the Vaudevillains grabbed Enzo, and you can see Enzo get thrown, and I'm not entirely sure exactly what the plan was here, if he was supposed to go over the top rope, or if he was supposed to, like, counter it and slide under the bottom rope. But it looked like there was a slight slip, and Enzo's head literally bounces off the middle rope, slams into the mat, bounces back up, and nails the bottom rope before he literally flies out of the ring. Or not flies out of the ring, but falls out of the ring. So a lot of people are complaining about what happened. A lot of people are saying that they should have done a count out and Simon and Aiden should have just won the match. I personally don't believe that's fair. I don't believe that's correct. A lot of people are saying that just means that Enzo and Cass were supposed to win. No, it doesn't. Let me explain. When something like this happens and it looks like a serious injury, because if you saw the way Enzo was breathing, it looked like something bad could have happened, like his neck snapping, a major concussion, which they did announce it was a concussion, or even anything. They can't just decide because the crowd's going to want, a lot of people are going to want somebody to win to just keep going with the match. So I believe the ref made the right choice. He ended the match. And I do want to say, I hope Enzo gets better and has a speedy recovery. So all we're going to have to do is wait a little bit for a rematch between these two teams. And that's fine with me. I'd rather see Enzo healthy. And I want to see, if the Vaudevillains do win, I want to see them win it fair and square, not because of an injury. So we'll see what happens if Enzo comes back soon or if he's going to be out for a while. But I don't agree with what people are saying about the fact that they should have just counted him out and let Vaudevillains win. No, the ref made the right choice to just end the match in a no contest. The next match, in my opinion, was the best match of the night, and that would have been Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. Now, these two have had an amazing rivalry in the past. The commentators constantly say that the rivalry's just been going since Royal Rumble, but as far as I know, the rivalry has been going since NXT. Since they were both in NXT. And that's when Sami Zayn finally won the NXT title. Owens came out and acted like they were all buddy-buddy still, and then completely attacked him. So this rivalry has been going on for a very long time, but they picked it back up in the WWE when Sami Zayn came out during the Royal Rumble and eliminated Kevin Owens. And he stopped his chance at winning the Intercontinental at WrestleMania, and they've just been having major issues left and right since then. So Um, this match had all the stops, all like you didn't know who was gonna win the entire time. Amazing moves, signatures, constant action, constant drama between the two, and the rivalry was so believable. Especially the promotional video that WWE has done with these two is one of the best out there, easily. Um, Personally, I think this is the best rivalry that the WWE has going for them. And now there's, after what happened with the Intercontinental Championship match on Payback, there's a possibility, I guess, of a fatal four-way for the Intercontinental. But personally, I would hope not. I want to see more singles matches between Owens and Zayn, not with other people, because I want the focus to be on these two. And though I like Cesaro and The Miz can be entertaining at times, I don't want the focus to be on them if there's gonna be a match up between Zayn and Owens. So overall, I think this was a fantastic match. There was so much to it that it easily stole the show in my opinion. So we move on from that, and everyone thinking that Enzo's injury is gonna make this match non-existent. Everyone's too worried about it. No, they did a great job. But the next match was the Intercontinental Championship match between Cesaro and The Miz. And while this match was good, I can't give it any higher. Now, The Miz has amazing moves, and yeah, he hit his Skull Crusher move, and a couple of other moves that you thought, oh no, Cesaro's gonna lose. And can I ask something? If anyone can answer this, I would love to know what you guys think also. Cesaro does his spin, and he did it like, 17 times to The Miz? How doesn't he get dizzy from that? Actually, this time it was kind of funny because I was watching with a couple people and they were like, why doesn't he get dizzy? And when he stopped, even he had trouble getting onto The Miz. The problem is, after Owens' fight, he sat in with the commentators because he was like, now that I beat Zayn, I am going after the Intercontinental. I'm focusing my time on getting my belt back. Well, sure enough, he's sitting there watching this match the entire time, and Zayn comes in and attacks. Zayn attacks Owens. So, while those two are fighting, the ref's getting ready, and Cesaro has The Miz in a lockup, and The Miz starts tapping. Well, Zayn and Owens ran into the ring, and, Zayn, all of a sudden, Cesaro runs up, pushes them off, but here comes The Miz for a roll-up pin and wins, while Cesaro attacks, and it's pretty much that's their way of saying, hey, let's set up a fatal four-way. I don't know how I feel about this. Personally, I do think all four of them could put on a good show. I just think Zayn and Owens by themselves are better off. That's just my personal opinion. So, yeah. Let's see, what did we have next? I think we had Ambrose and Jericho next, and I'm going to put that as a great match. I think it was great. Could it have been better? Yeah, it could have, especially with such a great promotional spot on Monday Night Raw, where the two of them pretty much stole the show without even so much as fighting each other. It was kind of like a letdown, but hey. Ambrose! Yeah, Ambrose pulled off a win that needed to happen, in my opinion. Sorry, I keep messing with my hat. I get distracted easily. Ambrose, in my opinion, needed this win, and he got it. And there were great moments in this match. I'm not entirely sure what happened. So when Ambrose went after Jericho and they were out of the ring, um, something happened because Jericho got a scratch on his nose and he was bleeding pretty bad actually. Um, but one moment I actually thought the match was going to end a little bit was when Jericho tried to go for the walls of Jericho on the announce table, and Ambrose was able to stop it, so he pretty much grabbed him and just whipped him over the rail, and like Jericho runs in thinking he wins, and there were a couple of walls of Jericho. Ambrose won with nothing shocking. He won just about the way anyone expected the match to go. Everyone probably expected Codebreaker or Dirty Deeds to win, and sure enough, Dirty Deeds won. And you know what? Personally, I think that's the way it should go. Now that Jericho lost, though, are they going to keep the rivalry going until Extreme Rules, or is Ambrose going to get thrown into the Intercontinental Belt match? I guess they can't throw too many superstars in, though, because I think they're running out of superstars right now to throw in some matches. So, yeah, great match. Next we have Natalya versus Charlotte for the Women's Championship, and I called it. I'm going to say it right now. I called it. Everyone said because Natalya had Bret Hart in her corner that she was going to win. I said I don't believe it. I think Charlotte's still going to hold the belt. I didn't tell you guys, but in my mind, and I told everyone I know, Charlotte's going to win. How? They're going to find a way. And sure enough, they found a way. How exactly? Well, Charlotte was able to get Natalya into, I think, the figure 4 or figure 8 lock. I can't remember because I didn't pay too much attention to the match. Because I missed part of it, and not that I hate the Divas, I just had this bad feeling it was going to end bad. And Ric Flair never interfered in the match. Never. Not physically, anyways. Well, Charlotte's locked up Natalya, and like there's whispering going on between the ref and her, and all of a sudden the ref runs in and tells them to ring the bell, runs over, grabs the women's championship, hands it to Charlotte, and just leaves. What do I personally think? Ric Flair paid the ref off. Yes, that's how the story's supposed to go, but Ric Flair paid the ref off. He interfered, not physically, but he interfered in a way that they would still win without people realizing it was him. Or without physical evidence. So, the ending with the lockups by both Harts, Natalya and her uncle, was cool, but I can't get behind it that much. Because it ended the way I thought it would. Well, okay, not exactly the way I thought it would, but I did expect Charlotte to pull it off again. I don't know who exactly they're going to give the belt to. Maybe Becky Lynch or Sasha Banks, one of the two. The next segment, everyone's looking forward to it, and so was I. I was like, go Shane O'Mac! Woo! Let's get Monday Night Raw to a guy who's run it very well the last 4 weeks. And what do we get? A long segment where everyone's sitting there chanting boring, CM Punk, Shane McMahon comes out and everyone's excited. And then Vince looks and says, I don't listen to you all, I listen to myself, and I say, I want to see you two. And it's like instantly, one of the guys I'm watching wrestling with is like, he's going to choose both of them to run. I'm like, please no. And sure enough, I want to see blood. Or I want to see both of you working together. So let's see how that goes, me. And I don't think I'm the only one who was upset with this. I think the entire crowd, there wasn't cheering. There was like, You're not going to choose either of them? Well, that was a wasted segment. And it wasn't a bad segment. It was just the build-up to hear who he said was going to run Raw was kind of wasted. So I guess we'll see what actually happens. I hope they're building up to something else, not just leaving it there and saying, oh, you're both running it. End of story. End of discussion. We're done. Please no. Anyways, we come to our main event, and what did everyone predict? People to interfere in the match. And how great was the match? It was great on one side and okay on the other. AJ Styles carried the match. The entire time, AJ Styles, in my opinion, carried that match. And it was a great match, in a way. But Roman Reigns, though I can't say he's a horrible wrestler, and he's a good person outside of the ring, when it comes to looking at the people from the Shield, Seth Rollins has changed his character, has changed his fighting style a little bit. He's fun to watch. Dean Ambrose has changed his character a bit, has changed his fighting style a bit. He's fun to watch. Roman Reigns is the same powerhouse as he's been and hasn't changed his character. And the problem with that is it gets boring after a while if you can't figure out what the crowd wants. I'm sorry, but the Superman punch and the spear are used way too much. So many superstars have used these moves, and while it's not a horrible move, Ambrose and Rollins are trying new things. Roman's not getting out of his comfort zone, in my opinion. Yeah, he seems like he's the strongest out of all of them. He's the best to fight the bigger guys out of all of them. But I want to see some change. If it wasn't for AJ, I don't know how this match would have been. So, there's one moment where AJ Styles is told he wins. After this amazing jump from the top rope onto the announce table, nailing Roman right through it and getting a count out, he wins. Roman holds the title. Here comes Shane. That might have happened in the old day, but that's not happening in the new era. Restart the match, and it's a no count out match. So, they start attacking each other, yada yada yada, blah blah blah, and one of the Usos low blows AJ Styles. The winner by disqualification is AJ Styles, but still our champion, Roman Reigns. And out comes Stephanie. No, that ain't happening. We're making it a no disqualification match. Really? Were they trying to make it seem kind of like the match between Cena and CM Punk? Were they really trying to make this match as exciting as that? Unpredictable? Because though these moments were a little unpredictable, the outcome of the match was the most predictable thing you could possibly get. At least Cena and CM Punk was very unpredictable. Nobody actually thought CM Punk was going to beat John Cena at Money in the Bank and retain the belt. Cena was going to get fired and CM Punk was going to walk out of the company. No one thought that CM Punk was going to win, but he did. Everyone expected Gallows and Anderson to try to help AJ and attack Roman. Everyone expected the Usos to come out and attack Gallows and Anderson. And everyone expected Roman to win. Though I will say this, there were still some fun moments in this match. Like when AJ Styles got up on the top rope again and hit one of his specials onto Roman Reigns. And I was like, are they going to let AJ win? Kick out. And I was like, no. So he tries again. Roman is able to duck under and go for the spear. Okay, so there was some fast-paced action in this fight and some really good action. The problem is it was too predictable. So at the end, we see the two of them, all three of the McMahons that are there doing their thing, and Vince says, Shane, I like what you did going back out there and restarting the match, but I think Stephanie won up to you by making it into a disqualification match. Good luck on Monday Night Raw. And Stephanie's like, Shane? Oh, wait. No, my bad. They set up the main event of Extreme Rules between Roman and AJ. And then he walks off and says his thing, and Stephanie looks at Shane, and she's like, I agree with you 100%. And that was the end of the pay-per-view. Now my question is, what does she have planned? And I really hope they're building up to something a little big here. Something exciting, because I don't want it ending that they're just working together. Nothing's wrong anymore. But that's my review. It was actually a really good pay-per-view. Couple moments that could have been a little better, and I do hope that Enzo has a quick recovery. But otherwise, really good pay-per-view. I enjoyed it. So if you have different opinions, if you don't agree with what I said, anyway, leave a comment below. And I will see you all next time. Enjoy Raw tonight. See you guys.